AMH Craft and Forge, Everett, Washington.
Hi everyone, welcome to AMH Craft and Forge. I am your host, maker, soul artist, Aaron Michael Hannenberg, and on today's episode, I'm going to be playing with these. These are about 120 years old butcher knives. So a lady came to one of my events around Christmas time. She bought a knife from me, kept my card, and hit me up a couple of months later and said, I've got a really cool project for you. So I'm going to first do some close-ups of what these look like, and then I'll show you the process I'm going to go through to touch them up and make them good as new and usable again. So here we go. All right, look at the patina that's on there. This is all actually still really pretty shiny. I'm not sure what kind of wood is on the handle there, but we've got a fair amount of rust buildup, some pitting right here. See, that's kind of scratchy, so we're just going to get the rust out of there. That's surface rust that can easily come off. The trick is going to be is that my customer would like me to keep the wood handles in one piece. I'm going to put new handles on here, but she wants me to remove these handles so that she can keep them as a memory, as a keepsake, because her great-great-grandfather used these by hand, and she would like to have that memory with her. So right here, you can see I just took a little bit of steel wool and started scratching away to see if there's any kind of coating on here, because you can see my reflection in it. It's pretty shiny, but yes, this will come off. And the interesting thing about this one, you can see the bevel. See how it's like a 70-30 bevel. And these things are remarkably straight for how old they are and how often they've been used. Look at that. The edge isn't great, but that's what I'm here for. Turn these babies back into beautiful, functioning knives. Alright, so first challenge is going to be removing the handles in a way that doesn't crack or destroy the wood too much. And I've got an idea. I'm going to try it on this one to see if it'll work. And that's just take a bandsaw and just cut right down the side of it. You can see it's already separated here a little bit. But I'm just going to go right down one side, and I'm going to use the metal blade because it has to go through these. These are probably Chicago screws or something similar. And once I get one side done, the other side should just pop off. So we're going to give that a try. Alright, got one side of the handles taken off. With the larger one, I got a little squirrely with the cutting. But amazingly, it's all still intact, even with the cracks and everything. Alright, so now we're going to knock the pins out. Next thing to do, we're going to put these in a pan with some vinegar, and that is going to help remove a lot of the rust buildup. And I'm using vinegar, just basic white vinegar, instead of, I actually have a chemical rust remover, but these are going to be used for food, so let's not put any unnecessary chemicals on it. So just natural vinegar. This pan could use a brightening up too. All right, so the vinegar is covering all parts of the blade. And because this pan has a few dents and dings here and there, that actually allows the vinegar to get up underneath the bottom side of it. If this was like perfectly flat and I laid that perfectly flat, part of the underside wouldn't get some of the vinegar. But that's good enough. Now we sit and wait. All right, these have been hanging out in the vinegar for a couple of days. And you can see there's some good bubbling stuff. So spent one day on one side. 24 hours later, I flipped it over to the other side. So now I'm going to go wash these off in the sink. And then we're going to hit them with some steel wool. I mean, look. The rust is already starting to come off on that one. Alrighty. Alright, after I walked them off, I just took this scrub brush and lightly brushed that area where there was rust, and look at that, it just came right off. Look at that. Look at that. So easy. Without using harsh chemicals. So it's that one side, there's the other side. You see all the rust right there? Watch it. Gone. Gone. Love it. Super easy. Beauty parlor. All right, here's the smaller one with all of that cool patina on it. I haven't even cleaned this off yet. Look at that. Backside. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that's cleaning up nice. I might not even have to take any steel wool to this. That is the power of vinegar and acid. Yeah. Look at that. All right. I'm going to go wash this off in the sink and bring it back to us. I'm going to wash it off in the sink and bring it back. All right. I just discovered something really cool. Look at that. Look at that. That is the quench line, which means one of two things. One, this is likely all one hardenable piece of steel, and this is just where they dip the edge in the quench oil. Or this is two different pieces of steel, but honestly, this all looks the same. But how cool is that? All right, so now we're going to remove the gray vinegar patina on there, but you can see all of these lines from its use. I don't want to take that off because that's a super cool, important part of this blade's history. So in order to do that, I'm going to use the Scotch-Brite wheel on my angle grinder. And this is about 240 grit. So it's just going to shine it up, but it's not going to take out any of the history of this. So let's do that. go. Got it all shined up. Alright, so now we got it all shined up. There's some light scratches on it, but overall not bad. But here's the problem that we're going to run into. See right there? That's some rust right there on the edge. Luckily, it does not go to the other side, but right here, right where I'm tapping my fingers, you can see it's kind of like a divot in there. So I'm going to have to grind this part flat and then hopefully be able to grind this away evenly enough so that there's no more rust left on the edge itself. It's really not a way to get that out without grinding. So here we go. All right, I'm using a worn 80 grit belt, and yeah, I'm gonna have to take this edge down to him, so I'm gonna do the whole edge to try to get rid of that one spot. Let's see how it goes. Alright, so now you can see the edge right there. Now we've actually got something to work with. It's still a little bit indented, but not as bad as it was before. I'm afraid to go any further on that. This blade is incredibly straight for how old it is. Alright, so let's put an edge back on that. That's not good. It's gone! Yeah! Look at that. Now I just have to clean up the other side, because you see where I made that? Yeah, that's going to go away. Look at that. Gone. Done. All right, getting ready for the handles. So I've got bookend matched handles. So this is walnut, and both of these walnut. Okay, I've cleaned the big one up, and I've ground down the pins to just about that much, and that's all I need to start peening them over. Got a little bit of epoxy on here, but that's not going to make a difference. That'll come off with some sandpaper and the wire brush. So let's start peening these over. Alright, I've just marked out the edges that I'm going to bevel for the handle. And it's important with these large cleavers to leave it kind of boxy shaped, because then that provides a better grip for when you're smashing stuff. Alright, here we go. All cleaned up. I didn't show the finishing of the handle because that's just kind of boring, but I used Watco Butcher Block oil and finish, so it's food safe. And these are the leather sheaths that are going to go with them. They are ready to rejoin their owners and be passed on, which is going to come in the next bit of this video. Snug as a bug. I am also going to wrap them up in this suede leather that was used for moccasins that I really have no use for, but it's going to be really, really cool. Now, this box is one that I had made for my dad, and a knife that I made for him that ended up not working out. So it's going to house these, and here's the original handles, giving them back to the owner. Yeah, it's going to be sweet. Oh, let go. No. Yeah, that's okay.
All right.
We're starting over again.
All right. So I told Aaron the story about Jumbo and your grandpa during the Armenian genocide.
They were both, I'm sure, running for their lives. And my grandfather ran into this little Russian dude and formed a friendship that was pretty much lifelong. I mean, Jumbo was kind of my uncle that was always around.
His name is Mike.
Yep, Mike. And no, the two of them just, I can imagine running from Europe. At that point in time, Armenians were getting slaughtered.
Yeah.
Russians may or may not have been doing good, I don't know. And Grandpa just, he always was a chef or butcher. And that was him. You know, disappear for a few months at a time on a boat, come back in.
He sailed from the Bay Area to Hawaii
Okay.
during World War II for supplies.
Now, per Robin's request, I kept
Oh,
the original handles.
we kept the handles.
Aaron,
Here's the original handles, and I'll figure out something. I'll put them on a picture frame with maybe Grandpa Sam.
Okay.
You know,
I like that.
somehow attach them. So we do have the original
thank you.
handles.
Well, you're very welcome.
beautiful work, beautiful work.
And so Sam's birthday is May 16th, so we will be giving these to him next month.
Okay.
Awesome.
So that was the surprise. He didn't know. He thought we were just having lunch.
Fancy surprise,
I thought
huh?
it was just a doctor's appointment.
No, I knew that, but we managed to put this together.
Oh,
for
these
you.
are, I know what they look like when they came to
Yeah.
you.
Uh-huh.
He has pictures, which is very cool.
So what I've done too is I've documented the whole process, and I have a YouTube channel. This is going to be the last part of it, is uploading
Awesome.
this
Thank you.
as part of the video.
Yeah.